Happy Fitness Friday. I was going through a bunch of the articles that were trending today and none of them seemed that exciting. It just looks like the rest of the crypto market right now is going through a little bit of a pullback. I would not think too much about it. All right, pause you. You don't need to be talking like that. Portfolios are down just a little bit. Unless you're heavy in altcoins, then you're probably still doing pretty well. I'm in a Telegram chat and they have a bunch of micro caps. I'm talking like sub $1 million, and those are starting to pump. So Bitcoin's coming down, the flow of money is playing out, and things are just trickling down at this point. So make sure that you are practicing good risk management. Go ahead and take your profits if necessary. Good morning. I have an interesting idea for today's live stream where we are going to trade. I'm going to find a trade that hits my parameters and we will take it. And depending on how much money that trade makes us, I will do one push-up per dollar. Hopefully, I end up regretting this. If that sounds interesting to you, we're live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, because there's a lot of things to cover in these crypto markets, especially when Bitcoin and all of crypto is doing stuff like this. It's such an insane move. I'm glad that it's starting to calm down a little bit. We had that spike up the other day and then came straight back down. So things have definitely chilled off a little bit, and it's good to regroup now and reassess and figure out a plan of action forward, because I think this woke everyone up. For whatever reason, everyone was ignoring crypto back here and kind of like debating, oh, are we going to collapse? Or are we going to go to the moon? This was us going to the moon, and this woke everyone up. This woke the VCs up. This woke the meme coiners up. This woke the micro cap coins up. This allowed everyone to understand how much money is really going to be made in the next 2 years. If the 4-year cycle is to span out again, play out again, I'm going to get off this chart. I don't like doing my analysis on it. If the 4-year cycle is to play out again and we're to actually get up to 100,000, 150,000 by the end of 2025, then yeah, so we would be somewhere in this circle. Think about how much money and how much excitement just happened from this small little pump here, and consider the possibility of us reaching levels way up here. This is even conservative. This is only going to 120. Like there's a lot of people out there thinking we could hit 200,000 or even like 180,000. I'm just saying, there's a lot of excitement. So definitely make sure you got your ducks in a row, or whatever that saying is, and just be ready. But let's go look and see if there's anything that's set up perfectly for us to trade here. I'm gonna go into the 1 minute. We'll see Bitcoin does not have a clear direction today. It is very choppy. All right, so that's not ideal. Notice how it's disrespecting the VWAP, and there's not a lot of volume here, which means that Bitcoin is kind of like chilling off after all of the moves it just had. Ethereum is dying a little bit. Do you think people will say that XRP case closed? Do you think people will say the XRP case caused the pump? The pump that we just had for the last month and a half? No. I think people will say it, yeah, but I think that's not even a little bit at all what happened. ADA is definitely looking bearish. That honestly looks like a really good trading setup. If we can get a test of the VWAP there, I would be eager to short Cardano. Matic is looking bearish. Matic also looks like it could be a decent play there. Solana is H-bar tried to take off right there. Really did. Got rejected though. I'm curious to see what level that was that it was getting rejected off of. Just the previous pump high. Just the high from August here. It explicitly got rejected there. Let's get that horizontal ray. Boom. You see it? Immediately got rejected from the high back there. So I'm just scanning through right now though. I want to see if there's any good setups on the minute, and then we'll look at broader time scales to see if that should play into anything. We are going to take a trade today though. All right, so be warned. Be ready, baby. Be ready. Arbitrum's looking hella bearish. Arbitrum is looking hella bearish. It's just barely getting back to those resistance levels from on the hourly. We go to the daily. Yeah, it's like just starting to fall off a little bit of a cliff. So maybe a swing trade sub $1 again. That's only like 5 cents, 4 cents. So not a massive move. BNB and Aave. Aave looks pretty bearish too. Everything is looking decently bearish. Bitcoin doesn't have a clear direction, which makes it a little bit harder to trade with conviction. But I kind of want to see if I can get some Cardano shorts. It's not a huge amount of volatility, but that's still 1.5%. Literally, as I'm saying, let's get a Cardano short. These 2 minutes, it's been going down. Let's check out the flow of money. If you guys have questions, if you guys see anything that looks like a good trading setup, feel free to call it out. I want to grab our liquidity out of this market. I had a bunch of articles that I pulled up initially, such as like Affirm increasing the level of delinquencies. Affirm being a zero interest lender. It's like a buy now, pay later platform. They're starting to see a huge uptick in delinquencies. That date back all the way to like April of last year, I think. So it's been a while in the making. Who would have thought? Low credit. Like these are just predatory loans, essentially. You can think about Affirm as providing predatory loans. People who really shouldn't be getting credit at zero interest, which is kind of lit, but at the same time, like not super healthy. And I wanted to compare it to SoFi, which is the exact opposite. I tried to bank with SoFi and they denied me, right? So SoFi only takes the top of the top, cream of the crop, financially literate individuals, which I was hurt by not being able to get into it. And they're doing fine. They're not saying anything about delinquencies. So it looks like this recessionary fear that we're going into, that we've been in for 2 years. Who am I kidding? We were not going into any of this. We've been in it for years. Is really just like separating the haves versus the have-nots even more. We got an AVAX short. AVAX, I would be looking personally to see if we could break below these levels that we're at on the minute chart. I don't have the same conviction with AVAX because it's holding up pretty decently. It's still technically making higher highs and higher lows, right? So it really on the longer time frame has not kind of had that break in structure. Let's zoom out a little bit further and see. As far as my intraday trades, where I'm looking for my setup, it had a little bit of a spike above, so it looked like it was going to be an up day today, and then it changed directions and came back down. So having a little bit of a change up there. Let's go to the hourly and see, because maybe it's entering a huge area of resistance. For a swing trade, I could see this definitely being it, because we spiked up very aggressively, 100%. Then we had a slight pullback, right? How much did this pull back? This pulled back 21%, and then we continued to rally, but we rallied up 50% that time, so not the 100%, right? So the move got less. It was less dramatic, and then the pullback was slightly less dramatic, and then the push-up was extremely less dramatic, 18%, so it keeps getting cut in half, right? So I could definitely see this being a good area to short for a swing trade, depending on what kind of happens to Bitcoin. Just be slightly cautious, understanding that it did technically break structure here. I definitely don't want that. I want just a regular trend line. Like, you notice how we were making a consistent lower highs and then we broke out, right? It's also coming into the same area here. But just keep an eye on it. If we continue to see it suffer and be weak, if Bitcoin takes a dump, then this is a perfect short, I think. This would be a great short. Maybe expecting it to come back down on a small time frame, like depending on how aggressively Bitcoin dumps, I would expect either the 11% back to the highs over here, or you could see probably something to the lows here. We never really retested this trend line, so maybe it dumps 50%. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't bank on a 50% dump after everything, because that would low-key be it putting in lower lows again. Almost shorted at 22.25. Wasn't sure. Let me ask you, what gave you the rationale to try and short it at 22.25? Where was it? Up here? At one of these spikes? What gave you the conviction and then subsequently the lack thereof for that play? Let me sneeze. Oh. Look at daily. Wick didn't hit prior day low. The daily looks like an aggressive candle. That looked like an awful candle. You're saying this wick didn't come all the way down? Yeah. It is a pretty aggressive doji or doja cat candle, right? It's not looking too sexy to continue that pump right at a key area of resistance as well, you know? Look at how many times we got rejected here. 1, 2, 3. Should we count that? 4, 5, 6, 7 times we got rejected, and we found support 1, 2, 3 times. So there's been 10 times in history where this has been an area of contention between buyers and sellers. So I would bank this being an 11th time, you know? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know that it's my cup of tea right now, though. I'm going to look back to ADA. ADA looked sexy for me to short. On a longer scale, though, let's go check the daily. My cat's trying to get in right now. Yeah, look at... I like ADA, okay? To short here, because it has still not broken structure, and it's been spending several days at this price point between 40 cents and 34 cents, right? This area right here, we're getting rejected. We're in the middle of getting rejected. The RSI is starting to curve back over, bend back over, and come down. It's no longer overbought. It is starting to trend back down. Cardano is also not broken any kind of structure for its downtrend, which is unfortunate for anyone who's super long, but since we're just trying to look for a quick trade here, it doesn't matter. That's a high, that's a high, a lower high, right? And then it looked like it was gonna break out here, but it didn't, and it continued on its lower highs. So now we're back at the same level. It still has not broken out. It has not changed its direction yet. It's trying to, but it hasn't. I think, like, obviously, ultimately, it will break out again. It's just a matter of how long it might take. 5 watching. Let's go! If you like this content, if you like the idea of Fitness Friday, go ahead and hit that like button. We're here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to grab our liquidity from the market and learn how the markets function. My back hurts. I want to be bullish because I want us to continue going up and up and up and making more and more money. This chart looks chaotic. What was that doing? I want to continue going up and make more money, but just the reality is it looks like things are stalling out pretty aggressively. And if you look at what the top performing assets were today, we got Near, which is tiny. We got Mantle. I don't know too much about it. Dogecoin, Yearn Finance. Damn, Yearn's up 100% in 7 days. XMR, Celestia. And like the moves are just very tiny. It looks like things are starting to stall out pretty badly. Let me get my trading platform open on my phone. BingX. They got basically any asset that I've wanted to trade, they've had listed. So that's why the referral link is in the description below, because I'm a fan of it. I've had no problems with BingX so far. And they even give you coupons to test out every feature that they have on the website. And I think that's dope. It's really cool. It's helpful. It's very helpful, I should say. Let's look at Caspa. Caspa's getting low-key wrecked today. It doesn't look like it until you understand, like, yeah, 6% down. Caspa got rejected pretty evidently on the larger time scale. I don't think I have any of my lines on it anymore. Looking forward to see how this goes with the holiday selling pressure. True. I mean, there was talk of a Santa Claus rally. I just think Santa Claus came early this year. I don't know that we'll have a lot of upward momentum going into December and everything. People are going to be taking profits. Would you meme or TIA? Their ticks are high. Cartel coin, pretty new to trading, just finished ICT and a few other studies. Would you touch? I don't like trading meme coins, and I usually attempt to keep my trades in the top market caps. Very rarely do I trade anything under $1 billion. I honestly don't. I don't usually trade anything under $1 billion. I like looking for liquidity, especially with the trading strategy that I tend to deploy. I need to know that there's gonna be liquidity for me to enter and exit without worrying about a spike or a drop based off of my buy or sell, right? So I usually don't trade anything that's a super small market cap. As a matter of fact, you can see right here what I usually trade. It's listed here: Ethereum, Bitcoin, ADA, Matic, Sol, HBAR, XRP, Aptos, Arbitrum, Binance, Aave, Quant, and then I don't think we actually took a trade on Casper, but even that's looking perfect for a short. Holy shit. It's annoying because I want these moves to happen after I've decided to like go live and enter into trades. Look at all of these perfect little setups we could have taken. Each of them started playing out before I actually got live, and it's irritating. You know, I want to do it live. I want to get that trade going so I can do some push-ups here with you guys. I'm gonna pull this over here. That way I can see everything that's happening still. And then we're going to look at the flow of money right now. Actually, you know it would probably be even better. Ooh, fancy, right? Okay, while that loads, it's actually probably a smarter idea for us to look at where liquidity is. All right, Red Dragon, I know you said that you're newer to trading. This website, this one live stream is going to be very helpful to you, to your trading. It's complicated. It is very difficult to look at, but you don't need to look at everything, at least not at first, okay? I want you to specifically pay attention to the left side of it here. Everyone just specifically looking at the left side here that just refreshed, and then the top square up at the very top, which is hard to look at because there's a lot of words overlapping it. This shows us where liquidity is in the market. And the market's always going to drive towards where liquidity is because that's where people are trying to buy and sell. It's literally just supply and demand. So where the most transactions are taking place at is where the price is going to trend over a long enough period of time, right? So there's a lot of liquidity up above the current price. I'm pausing the live stream so they stop resetting everything. There's a lot of liquidity up at the higher prices for Bitcoin. This is specifically just looking at Bitcoin. Bless you. There is a little chunk below, anywhere from $35,728 up into the current price of $36,350. And then there's a lot all the way up to 38,000 for Bitcoin, okay? Which tells me that on the smaller scale, there's a good chance that we continue forward and go a little bit higher here in the short term. This is like on the minute chart, right? So I would expect, after looking at this, for us to probably pop up a little bit to 36,600 and then come back down and grab some more of this liquidity. But that's going to be changing. There's no like super clear direction because there's giant spikes on either side of the current price. There's no super clear direction here. Hence why the price is just chopping up and down. On the larger time scale, we are literally in the middle of two massive liquidity zones. So 38,000 and just over 38,000 versus just under 34,000. So on a daily time frame, I would expect us to either pop up and grab the liquidity above 38,000 or drop down to that $34,000 range. Based off of how much we've been moving recently, I have the bias that is trending towards us taking a dump down to that $36,000 range for Bitcoin, which means that a lot of the stuff I'm going to be looking at, like, it's not that far away, right? You come back and look at it, or that $34,000 range rather. It's realistically, it's not that far away. A dump down to 34,000 would be a pretty big move, but 5%, it just happened back here. So it's not out of the ordinary for it to be volatile like that. Yeah, exactly. We're sitting between two liquidation points, and that's why we're just chopping around right now. The weekend is usually very low volume because the traditional traders go home and spend time with their family, and it's really just a bunch of retail traders doing it. So we don't usually see some crazy moves. We could. All right, so Bitcoin is finding support like it has been, right? Very clearly here, finding support once again, and it's trying to push back up. So I'm going to look for something that's been showing pretty decent strength on the day. Literally nothing. And I'm going to look to ride it up a little bit as we retest back up. Because I don't know that I'll be still trading in a little bit. So Quant looks pretty decent. Aave was building that double bottom support, but it's not really moving just yet. The RSI is not on my side. Aptos looks decent for a little bit of a play here. This is the tricky part. Should we just go with Bitcoin rather than try and like overcomplicate it? We're in a clear range with it. Let's just go with Bitcoin. We just did all the analysis on Bitcoin. Then I'm like, all right, what altcoin can I trade? It's like, bruh, you just spent all your time focused on Bitcoin. They automatically set me for 150x leverage. We'll drop that straight down. There's zero reason for us to be using that high of leverage. Can you imagine I accidentally pop in with 100? That means like this thing moves even just a little bit in the wrong direction. Like if I went long here and Bitcoin dropped, I think it's like 60 or 0.6% or whatever, I'd be liquidated. My entire position. How crazy is that? On 150x leverage. Gotta get, people are messaging me right now, so I gotta go on Do Not Disturb. What was the one that you had called out? It's probably up there. I can just scroll AVAX. Looks like the move already low-key lost some steam. It's interesting to see how quickly these things can just switch up on you. Let's duplicate. Come on, computer. You got this. There we go. Arbitrum in Bitcoin. I was gonna long Bitcoin here, but I think I might short Arbitrum. Let's get in it. Let's get in it. Come on, phone. I don't need you lagging out right now. Here we go. It's gonna immediately pop off. That's right. That's the curse. The curse for me. Anytime I enter, it immediately goes the wrong direction to try and scare me a little bit. We will see. So I'm with this trade right now. I'm predicting. I'm trying to time the markets, right? I'm expecting Bitcoin to continue having a little bit of a sell-off. I don't think we'll necessarily get a strong bounce here. I think it's spending a lot of time bouncing around in this little area on the 1 minute, right? Like right below the VWAP. So I think we're probably setting up to be rejected by it and continue a downward momentum. I think you come to this chart here. I'll combine these now because I don't need to look at them both at the same time. You come to the heat map here. It's looking like it's very close to the liquidity right below the current price. So I think it's going to try and drive down there a little bit. If we look at the flow of money through crypto, you see the largest outflow is Bitcoin. The net flow is negative 90 million. So I think we're going to continue to see a negative net flow for the day. Before the PDL on AVAX, there is yesterday's New York PM session lows. Looks like it will reach that. Yeah, I don't generally trade off of that super much. But I know that it is an effective strategy. It's usually what you see for like Forex traders, right? Usually, and I guess this kind of is Forex, so like that makes sense. It's usually what you see for Forex traders doing. So 1, 2, 3. The New York session. So you're looking for this to come down all the way back down to like $18, $19. That'd be a pretty large move. This is definitely like it's looking like it's very weak. It tried to just have a break up here, but you can see the double top on the RSI down here. I don't know. We'll see. I hope that it goes that way for you. Is this the last video for the week, or do you have stuff planned? What about next week? This will be the last live stream for this week. I still have a couple videos that I have 1 or 2 videos that I'm still trying to edit to get out. So one will come out today, and then we'll see about the weekend. Hopefully I can get something out on the weekend. This weekend is really me. This weekend, I'm going to be analyzing everything that I just learned at Hit Network and Discover Crypto and the Blockchain Basement and Bit Academy and BitLab Academy and Around the Blockchain and all these insane shows that I just got to see behind the scenes at, and kind of applying it to my content and applying it to my structure. So this weekend, I don't know that I'll be putting out a ton of content, especially because I'm still working on blocks, and blocks takes up a lot of my time. Like blocks takes up a lot of my time. Oh, okay, so you're looking for this low. Gotcha. But I'm still going to be trying to get content out. I know next week is Thanksgiving, so I really would like to backlog as much as I can so I don't have to worry about it, because I'm going to be traveling again. I literally can't get more than a single 3 or 4 day sprint at this condo before I have to get up and leave again. It's kind of exhausting, not gonna lie. Even the vacation to the Bahamas was nice, but it was just as exhausting. And I just want to have some time where I can sit here and work on things that I want to work on, but life doesn't always give you that opportunity. So you just got to continue moving forward with whatever you got. Yeah, like, you know when you go to watch someone's live stream? Hey, we're live, we got 3 watching. Make sure you hit that like button. I know the 3 of you guys already have. It's a reminder in case people watch it back later. You know when you go to watch someone's live stream? Discover Crypto. Nope, that's not what I wanted to click. Thank you, computer. And they have this screen. Like, I want this screen for me, right? I need to have something like that. I think that's really cool. And then on top of that, however long this is gonna last for, I don't want it up for 2 minutes. That's kind of annoying, but.
Old Cardano price predictions for you today. There's a lot.
Right, then they go over what the show is gonna be about, and then there's another little hook, another little intro. I think this is sick.
And that's what makes Bitcoin so special.
That's what makes Bitcoin so special. Every single live stream that I've seen does this, so I need to work on that for mine. I also need to change up my overlay here. I don't know that I like my overlay super much. That's twice I used that super much. What else? What else? Just the structure of videos and everything. A lot of stuff to work on, a lot of areas to improve upon, and I just need the time to do it. I don't have fucking time. Red Dragon, nice to meet you, man. Subscribed since yesterday. Let's go. Welcome to those investors. I appreciate you being here. If you want to join the Discord, you're more than welcome to. You kind of have to find the link, though. I don't put it out there because it's gated. We got a tight little community there, and I want to keep it as tight as possible. So you're welcome to join if you want to, but you kind of have to go find it. If you ask nicely, I'll give it to you. I'm easy to cave with it, but happy holidays to you as well. Thank you for being here with us. I appreciate that. The Arbitrum trade. Oh, I'm watching the P&L over on the left side here on my phone, because that's where I'm trading from my phone. I'm watching that, and I saw this green candle tick above, and I was like, oh, we're currently losing money, so I got to do negative push-ups. And then by the time I switched over here, we were up again. I'm in it 15x long, 15x short. So we're currently up 10% on it, which is kind of nice, not gonna lie, kind of nice. Sure, why not? Let's go. I relate so much not having time, full job, kids, fun. Yeah, I can't even fathom having kids, dude. No thank you. No thank you. Red Dragon says, sure, why not? I don't know that I can send it over YouTube. If you hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on X, I'll send it over to you. I caved very easily. All right, so we're watching to see if this will break. We're watching to see if this will break. Where did Bitcoin go? Did Bitcoin, yep, Bitcoin got rejected from the VWAP like I was expecting it to. or like I was hoping it to. I had that gut feeling we were spending too much time here. It was probably going to get rejected. It just went below and made lower lows compared to the previous low here and here. We're at the same level here. Let's see if we find support or not. If we find support, I probably will exit the Aptos or the Arbitrum short because I want to lock in a little bit of profits so Fitness Friday isn't an utter flop. However, it looks like we might continue that movement. We might continue that. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Push, push, push. It's low-key, we're already up more push-ups than I wanted to do. So should I just lock in those gains and be done with it before I have a little panic attack with doing push-ups? Let's see how far. Let's see if we can't keep this momentum going a little bit. This is AVAX. I need Aptos though. Or no, why do I keep saying Aptos? I'm in ARB. I'm in ARB. In Arbitrum short right now. Let's go into the 1 minute. It's finding some support here. This is when we break these out again. Boom, boom, boom. Bitcoin is definitely finding support. Let's lock in the win here. It's a very small win, right? It's 1% move, but we're on 15x leverage. So that's a 10% gainer for our portfolio. My portfolio. It's mine, not yours. Unless you guys went in this with me, but trigger reverse is live, it says. Let's see. Let's see if we can get that $50. It'd be kind of lit to say, like, it's just a simple Fitness Friday. We did 50 push-ups. We got $50 on the trade. I think that'd be easy. So we're waiting. Bitcoin's continuing that movement. Is Arbitrum going to continue that movement? It looks like it. It looks like it. Damn. I don't know if my chest is going to be able to handle this. No cap. Really, like, actually, I don't know if my chest is going to be able to handle this. Let's make that money, baby. All right, I'm going to close. There we go. Not crazy, but we made some money. We actually finally hit a trade live too. I always open the trade but never close it on the live. I think this is still gonna run. If any of you guys are in it, I wouldn't be as eager to take profits like I was. I think this is still probably gonna continue to run. Like, there it goes. It's looking weak. It's looking weak. I would set up a trailing stop loss and then see if you don't just keep trailing behind it, right? Let's go, Dream, let's go. Bitcoin is coming into its daily support level here, so take that into account with whatever decisions you have if any of you guys entered the trade with me. I hit my profit target. I don't want to do more than 50 push-ups, so I took profits, I think at like $47. But your time's your most valuable asset. I think this one was a good live stream. I had fun with this one. I didn't go over any of the news, but we just went straight into trading, some market analysis. If you guys are chilling here and want me to break down any charts that you guys have, feel free to hit that right now. Send them in the chat right now and I will go look at them and give you my 2 cents. Otherwise, I'm gonna go eat some breakfast and go on my morning walk. It looks like I'm low-key misled you guys to see here. We'll see. That's the point of the trailing stop though, right? If you're in this with me, your trailing stop should already be in profit. You should already have like a guaranteed profit in this trade. So just let it run. Just see where it goes. Hourglass, if you're wanting to have some more content. Yeah, I would like to stay a little bit longer. I was just getting excited. I'm gonna put together a video and put it on I guess I could put it on YouTube and X. I was gonna put it on X of me doing the push-ups. Just respond to my tweet. I don't see why I don't also put it on YouTube. They just don't. They just like weight is not going to be on TradingView. So let's go on weight crypto price chart. I always forget the name of this website that's going to have it. Live Coin Watch. Live Coin Watch. Live Coin Watch. Let's do that. Let's no historical data for the day. There we go. That's not looking like a great chart. Everything else is really just going crazy. Every other like micro cap coin is going crazy. Hello is having a good pullback, and Weight, which is paired pretty tightly with Hello because they're basically the same thing, peaked out after that insane spike and had a pretty big pullback. If you think this will be a successful project long term, like long term, I think that these are probably really good levels to get into. If you're trying to trade it, I'd be cautious because it looks like it had a failed breakout, right? It looks like it tried to break out and got rejected from the previous lows. You see that? The previous lows back here from this time when we were ranging back in October to the high right now, pretty much entered into an area of contention and got rejected. I would be cautious with that one. For a trade, for an investment, that's your own decision. These are probably decent price points. Nice one, boss. Let's go. I'm gonna say your last name because I don't know how to say your first name, but let's go, Lincoln. Let's go. Yeah, see, it had a spike and then it's just been bleeding. And then some more media and news spike and it's bleeding even faster. So I don't know. I would just be cautious is all I'm trying to say. You even look at something like Hello, which I think has better branding for their TV show, The Killer Whales versus the next crypto gem. I think it's got better branding. And it had that massive run up. And now it is even starting to bleed a little bit. So I think maybe they have a second leg. We'll see. I put $50 at 29. Just don't know if I'm going to ride it down or what. Yeah, you got to be careful, right? At 29 cents. Dream. Oh, when was that? Back here? Back here, I'm assuming? Yeah. I don't know, man. That's tough. That is tough. I feel like with investment things like this, right? I can't give you financial advice. I'm going to tell you what I do, okay? I find projects that I like and want to hold into the next bull market, right? And there are two facets to the strategy that I deploy here. Let me go bigger on my face. Let's go to record. There are two facets to the strategy in which I try and deploy, okay? One is I do evaluation and I find a price that I personally think it's a reasonable price to buy at that will give me a desired 10, 20, 50x opportunity, right? Because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 10, 20, 50, 100x opportunities. So I analyze and see at what price do I think it could give me that 100x, if that's the example. For something like Hourglass, I'd probably be looking for 100x. What price? Then, once I've established that, I buy at that price, and anytime it goes lower, I will continue to put a little bit more. All right? I don't DCA. I don't. When we see super red days and it's down 10% in a single day, like it is today, it's down 10.7%. Let's say on Hourglass, on Weight, I thought my appropriate price point was 20 cents. I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying for an example, okay? It's down 20%, it's down 10% today, and it's below that 20-cent threshold. I would be buying some today to lower my cost basis just a little bit, okay? Then, when we see that spike, and it goes up 100% like it did in like 2 or 3 days earlier this month, I take some of those gains. One of those lots that I bought on a day like today where it went down 10%, when we spike up 100%, I sell that one lot and I take that money off the table. And once you do that 1, 2, or 3 times and you've sold off 2 or 3 of those lots, you should be playing purely with house money at that point. And then you can let it ride into, you have your moon bag and you let it ride into the bull market. Maybe you go and find another coin you want to do it with, or maybe you have super high conviction on whatever coin you're playing around with, and like when it dips, you buy back in, right? You gotta have a strategy. That's my strategy, and it's extremely effective. That's what I did with Tesla. Let's go back to desktop and showcase. It's just the easiest way for me to showcase it. I did it with Ethereum as well. I did it with Tesla. I've done it with a bunch of different stocks. Crypto I really just bought in and held, you know. Crypto I really just bought in and held like crazy and had some of the most insane returns ever. But Tesla is where I did this strategy perfectly, okay? When I was watching Tesla to buy, all right, was back here in 2018. The end of 2018, I was watching it to buy. We were clearly range bound between $25 and like $18, $17, right? And that range had been above the range that we were here at, you know? You see this back in this area through 2014 through 2017, this was resistance level, then we flipped it and it became support. So that was telling me that for a long-term trend, this was probably a decent thing. I also was looking at the fundamentals and everything lined up perfectly, and I was like, damn, this thing's undervalued. I was like, but I only want to buy it when it's under $18. And so right there, okay, right there, I bought my initial bag and I was like, I'm buying a decent chunk here. Bam, put money in. Immediately lost 50%. Felt like an idiot. Like pretty much immediately. I felt I was new to investing still, and I was like, damn, I'm literally one of the stupidest people ever. Bought some more because I liked it, because I had my plan and I thought it would be a good idea. And then what happened? I only ended up buying twice, right? I wish I bought more, because then we went on one of the most insane rallies that the stock market has seen. Carried this puppy all the way up. Look at that. It just literally didn't stop. I ended up selling. I want to say I sold here. Or maybe I sold here, right? I sold in one of these 2 points, right? So I missed out on the exact peak, but we're still just range bound up here now, right? You asked about Vita. Vita DAO is something I'm doing the same thing with right now. I don't know that I'll be able to get the USD valuation, but truthfully, it shouldn't matter. We should be getting Vita DAO to outperform Ethereum. Haha, that's how I feel about Vita DAO after it dropped. Yeah, exactly. So Vita DAO, Josh first really started calling this thing out back here. And I was like, well, we just spiked. I'm going to wait for us to have a pullback. And we just didn't. And I was like, damn, am I really about to miss out on Vita DAO? There's opportunity everywhere. There is opportunity at every single corner in all financial markets. There is always a bull market somewhere. You will always have another chance. So I, as much as I really didn't want to, was fine with missing out on Vita DAO because I wasn't going to chase this pump. What ended up happening is somebody with a lot of Vita tokens sold all at once and plummeted it 70%. You could literally go into the Telegram group for Vita DAO and see that that's exactly what happened. Somebody was like, my bad, I didn't think me selling $1 million worth would do that to the market cap, do that to the coin price. Well, it did. It did. And everyone in the Kryptonite Discord hopped in immediately in this wick, right? Everyone hopped in because we've all been waiting patiently for an entry point. I know stream, and I'm not trying to call you out here, but I know that you bought in up here, which is fine. If that's the value that you think was a decent position to open your portfolio allocation to, that's fine. When it dipped like this, nothing fundamentally changed about VitaDow. Nothing fundamentally changed. It was a wonderful buying opportunity, and it spiked back. Now, I didn't get to buy in this wick. I ended up buying up here. That's fine. I'm still up a good amount on that position. We go to my portfolio here. I'm still up a decent, I'm up 45% view transactions. All I did was buy 16 Vita. Again, small portfolio, right? Small portfolio. So I only was able to get 16 at a price of $1.59. I know this chart doesn't show you that because we're measuring it against Ethereum. But even at these prices right here, I think VitaDow is going to absolutely annihilate so many other coins out there. I think VitaDow will be one of the... It's got a $21 million market cap right now. This opportunity is tens of billions of dollars. Tens of billions of dollars. And it's at a $21 million market cap. I don't know that the coin will get all the way up there, but I think this is an easy 10, 50 to 100x. And so even at these prices right now, I still see it as a really good deal going into the next bull market. So even at these prices, maybe you wait for a day where we drop a little bit. You wait for a day where we pull back like that, and then I will probably be adding some more. I'm just waiting to see if Bitcoin can chill out. I don't like buying when everything's pumping. And it's finally here. We're finally starting to see some calming down. So yeah, I'll make a video a little bit later today, probably right after I have some food, doing my 47 push-ups because we made $47 on this live stream. I wish we continued to hold because we'd be up an egregious amount right now. Bitcoin, we called that rejection perfectly. Let's go look. Arbitrum, yep, we'd be up a lot more. Probably about double the position. Your time's your most valuable asset. If you found this stream worth investing it into, I would appreciate you sharing it out a little bit. Find your best part, the favorite part in this entire stream. Go put it on X or put it on your story. It would mean the world to me. Welcome everyone who's new, and I'll see you guys Monday.